called Coming Home. Coming home to speak with a bad accent and no sense of gender. Fumble my mother tongue around the kitchen like an oily sweet. Nights we went to dine with the Indian diaspora bourgeoisie, their homes of marble and endless stories. Stories being the theme of all their meetings, of course, all the countless suits and saris. How each one asked me if I'm doing computers these days. Wanted to know, what are your plans for the future? I mean, how many dollars will you earn in the future? And all the stories, how they flew through the night, the stories of how they used to bike to school with the chains of fruit trucks shackled around their handlebars, so many miles there and back as fast as a car, how they used to fry jalebis, how the bakriwalas used to fill the streets on Eid, and now they fill the nights with their taxing grins and their big bodies as they eat up the space around them. Now they plant their children in a foreign soil, order them pizza instead because it tastes like this country, because it tastes like money, and a man in a chicory-colored suit reminds me that anything is possible. How he came here with only $2,000 and one dream, which was to be a rich man. He seems so much like the man who sings that filmy song, Salah Metab Saab Ban Gaya, which means something like, hey asshole, I'm a rich man now. And the man says he doesn't know where we lost our roots, as if someone had buried them deep in the haldi-colored kitchen or the mosque, both of which he never enters anymore. Too kind. Okay, I'll read one last thing. This is called A Few Ways That I Learned What Love Is. 1. When my sister was 8, my great aunt met her for the first time. She bent down like a clothesline in the sun-soaked wind and said, "Kiara, I love you." And my sister looked up at her and said, "I don't even know you." 2. When you say "I love you" in Hindi, it's kind of like saying "I do love to you." And so in this way, love can be done and just as easily undone. 3. When my father moved here, he sent my mother letters every week across the salt-flecked sea, pages and pages, front to back, about his coursework and the habits of Americans and her smile, but none of the letters said, "I love you." 4. In some parts of the country, there is a vine with heart-shaped leaves which loops around trees like a lullaby and takes all of their sunlight. It bends everything it touches back down to earth, and it's easy to mistake this heart-shaped flower for a native plant. It's easy to see nothing under its surface. 5. In Arabic, the word for love seems a lot like the word for vine, because vines are difficult to undo, so the story goes. Once things like vines and love take root, they can erase everything but themselves. Okay, yeah, and right now we have Noor, I think. Is it Noor? Are you here?